it going, everybody? Welcome back to In the Pit. My name is Steve. I am the senator of the spin kick, and we are checking out Babymetal once again because I got a ton of requests after the last video I did looking at Divine Attack, and the large majority of the requests I saw were for the song Monochrome, so that is what we are going to be watching today. This is a live performance at the PIA Arena. I believe it was fairly recently, within the past couple of years. I think this actually may be from the same concert as Divine Attack. I want to apologize up front. I'm losing my voice a little bit. Not the most energy coursing through my veins right now, so I do apologize. But I am very much looking forward to checking out a Babymetal song that I have not heard before, especially since after listening to Divine Attack, and that has been in my constant rotation while I've been driving around in the car listening to stuff. So I am very excited, a little delirious, but without any further ado, let's get back in the pit with Babymetal. Setting a mood. All right, before we go any further, yeah, different side of them, a little bit slower pace. I like the intro, like kind of the ambient build up to it. Then you get those, you know, the kick drum, you know, starts the pattern off and kind of builds to it. And it's, I wouldn't quite say that this is a ballad, but this is probably, you know, the closest thing to a ballad that I've heard Babymetal do. I like it quite a bit. This is kind of reminds me of, oh, probably it's a little bit of an odd comparison, but you know, Killswitch Engage on a couple of their albums would break out a song like this. There's a song on Disarm the Descent. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. That it kind of, you know, it's a little bit more of an emotional song, and I don't mean emotional even lyrically, but just in the way that the music is done, in the way the guitar you know, moves throughout the song. You know, guitars can be used for a lot of different things, and one of the greatest things that it can do is it can provide a layer of emotion to a song. You know, it's kind of the core principles behind scoring film and television. You know, you use music without vocals typically to build or add to the weight of a scene. And I think this song does a really good job of doing it. It's complementing the vocals really well. It's a good, strong hook. You know, definitely one that you can definitely, you know, you can learn the lyrics in Japanese, you know, sing along with, absolutely. But yeah, I'm digging it. I like the vocal, or not the vocals. I like the visuals that they're doing, keeping everything black and white to tie into the monochrome theme. They have, you know, top tier production to their live shows, and I always enjoy seeing what they do. Like you can see kind of dipped into their stage here. You know, it's looking almost like the surface of the moon. You know, this planet shattering. They just do a really, really cool job of providing that extra layer to the, you know, to the live performance. So let's continue on. Yeah, that guitar riff is super memorable. That was great. That was really good. Let's back it up a little bit. So I am very curious. Why are we not YouTube cooperate? All right. Oh, we'll just look at spinning loading wheel. There we go. Okay. Well, I wanted to get a shot of that crowd. There we go. Okay. I am curious where they put this in the set list, because I feel like this would be an absolutely perfect middle of the set kind of break for everybody. It still has a ton of fan interaction, but it's not their typical very fast beat up tempo kind of stuff where, you know, if you watch live footage of Babymetal, you know, obviously the women in the band are dancing, but the fans are typically moving around quite a bit, jumping up and down, doing a whole bunch of stuff. So this gives them a chance to have a break from that, but still have that fan participation. I would say, to me, you know, them going forward, I would keep this song in the set list essentially forever. It's got such a cool visual with all of the lights coming out. Like I said, it does provide that break, and it's just a fun song. It's got that sing along portion to it, and it's really great. I understand why people were recommending this. It's definitely a very different slice of Babymetal than what you're typically used to. You know, unless you're somebody that really dives into their discography, you know, knows the band really well. You know, most people in the metal world are familiar with the band, and probably most people are only familiar with that surface level stuff. They probably remember Gimme Chocolate coming out, and then that was it. You know, they maybe the collaboration they did with Rob Halford. You know, and I think that it goes to show that there's so much more to this band than just that outward appearance, because so many bands have used a gimmick, and I don't mean a gimmick in a negative way at all. Every band has a gimmick of some sort. Really, mostly the truly successful bands, and I would say Babymetal at this point is a truly successful band. And, you know, that gets you your foot in the door. These days, it's a little bit different. Back in the 90s, bands were trying to do anything they could to get record deals. You needed to stand out. That's why you had such visually diverse artists in the 90s, specifically. You know, it wasn't until nu metal kind of came around, because, you know, if you're not old enough to remember, nu metal at the time was pop music. It was you know, we don't have a monoculture anymore because everything's on demand. But at the time, you know, you had all these bands that transitioned from grunge. You know, grunge kind of stripped away everything that we had in the 80s with hair metal and the larger than life personas. It was just dudes in t-shirts, flannel shirts, jeans on stage. And then you moved into nu metal, where it still was dudes in jeans and t-shirts on stage, but they had crazy hair, all these piercings, covered in tattoos. You know, sometimes they would have, you know, maybe somebody that stood out like Wes Borland and Limp Bizkit would have all the crazy makeup and the costumes. But you also had bands like Slipknot that came out wearing the masks and the jumpsuits and the whole deal. And over the course of the 2000s, that kind of faded away a little bit. And it was really only kind of the pop stars that were doing these crazy outfits, the advent of Lady Gaga and stuff like that. Nowadays, metal musicians are starting to bring some of that visual presentation back. Ghost, Sleep Token, Babymetal. There's a whole bunch of bands that are doing it, and they're doing it really well. It's a gimmick to get you noticed, but it's not a gimmick in terms of a gimmick that's a crutch. The music still has to be good, and for those bands, the music is good. So I like the fact that, you know, Babymetal has been able to prove that they are way more than just that initial kind of shock, I guess, that the Western audience had with, oh, they're these young girls that are combining J-pop and metal. You know, they've shown album after album, song after song that, no, we have a lot of depth. Yes, we are still young girls dancing on stage, though I think the lead singer's closer to 30 than she is to 20, you know, but they are so much more than what that initial appearance gives you. And I think this song is a fantastic piece of music in their catalog. And like I said, I think it should probably stay in their set list forever, you know, for that fan interaction side of things. So that's going to do it for that portion. And we'll be back in just a moment with some final thoughts. So yeah, Babymetal continues to kill it. It's funny, you know, I've listened to them for a long time, but you know, now that I'm doing this channel, and I did Divine Attack a couple weeks ago or whenever it was, you know, now they're back in my rotation, listening to them more and more. And it's one of those things. It's like, why did I kind of why did I take a break from listening to them? I shouldn't have done that. I absolutely love getting to listen to some of these newer songs. or songs that maybe I had missed over the course of time, and reintroducing myself to the band. They are just such a wonderful total package of music, you know, because for me, when I go see a band live, I want to be entertained, not just by the music I'm hearing. Because if it was just about the music, I could sit at home, listen on a really nice sound system. I want that visual element that the band brings. And, you know, it's why, you know, I'm drawn to seeing bands like Rob Zombie live, like Rammstein live. You know, they give you more than just the music. You get a complete show. You know, it's music. Yes, is of course about the music industry. Of course, yes, is about music. But let's be honest, the music industry, the actual music is a much smaller slice of the pie than I think a lot of people would probably prefer it to be. It is a business. They do have to make money. So the entertainment aspect, of course, has to be there. But it's always very nice when you have a band that can combine the two without sacrificing the quality and depth of the music. And I think Babymetal threads that needle absolutely perfectly. So that's going to do it for me. Thank you once again for getting in the pit, and we'll see you again real soon.